The next category of operators is identity operators. So these operators are used to check if two objects are in the same memory location. And here we have two identity operators. One is, another is not. So is will return true if the operands are identical. We are checking two operands. When they are in the same memory location, this is going to return true. And if they are in different memory location, it will return false. So the second operator is not. So this is going to return true if the two operands are not in the same memory location. Otherwise, it will return false. Let's consider this example. I have a variable a which is initialized with 10, b is initialized with again 10. So here both a and b are initialized with the same value. And I have two strings, string 1 and then string 2. Both are initialized with the same string. And I have two lists, list 1 and then list 2. Both are initialized with the same list. So list means inside the square bracket. So within square bracket, for list 1, I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. For list 2 also, I have the same data. Purposely, I have initialized with the same value for all the data types. Now, let us consider the first data type. So the first data type here is integer. I'm going to check how these operators are going to work for the integers. So first, let us understand what is the difference between a double equal b and then a is b. When I check a double equal b, so what we are checking here, we are checking the value of a and b, whether a and b are containing the same value. So here a is having value 10, b is also having value 10. So the values are same. So this will be now printing true because both are having the same value. And when I write a is b, it is going to compare the memory location and not the value of the data. So here for this also a is 10, b is also 10. We have already seen that in case of integers, when both the values are same, it will not create special separate memory locations for two variables a and b. Both variables will be referring to the same memory location because the values are same. Because of that only, when I check whether a is b, since they are referring to the same memory location, it is going to return me true. So the second print is also printing true. Now let us see how these operators are going to work for strings. So in case of string, string 1 and string 2 are having the same content. When I check whether they are having the same value by means of double equal, the values are same here. Welcome, welcome. So I am getting true as the output. And when I check whether string 1 is string 2, here we are not checking the value, we are checking the memory location. And in case of string, when the values are same, they will refer to the same memory location only. So because of that, when I compare whether string 1 is string 2, I'll be getting true as the output. Now let us see how this operator is going to work in case of list. So I have two lists with the same data. In case of list, when we compare whether the two lists are having the same data with the help of double equal, it is printing true because both the lists are having the same values. Then I am comparing whether list 1 is list 2. This is not going to compare the value, it is going to compare the memory location. So here, even though both the lists are having the same data, when I print list 1 is list 2, I am getting false. So what is the reason? So if you consider this example, I have compared three different data types. One is integer, second one is string, third one is list. We have already seen in the data types that the numbers and string comes under immutable data type. So what is the meaning of immutable data type? Once we create the data, we cannot change the value. And then in case of this immutable data type, the Python interpreter assigns the same memory location when the values are same. When the values are different, then different memory locations will be allocated. So here, because of this reason only, when the values are same, since the data type is immutable, same memory location is allocated. So when I print a is b or string 1 is string 2, I am getting true as a output. Whereas in case of list, it is a mutable data type. That means that when we create the list, one memory location will be allocated. After that, we can change the data in the same memory location. So that means when you create the next list, it will not allocate the same memory location even though the content is same. It will allocate different memory location only because list is mutable. We can change either list 1 or list 2. It should not affect the other. So because of this, Python interpreter assigns different memory locations to the list even if the values are same. So when I print list 1 is list 2, I am getting false only because of this. So this is a very important difference in case of the is operator when compared to mutable and then immutable data types. Now let us focus on the last category of data type, that is assignment operator. So the assignment operators are generally used to assign values to the variables. And these values can be either constants or otherwise the value of another variable. And we can classify the assignment operators into simple assignment and then complex assignment, which is also called as compound assignment. In case of simple assignment, we will have single equal sign. In case of complex assignment, we have plus equal, minus equal, multiply equal, divide equal, double divide equal, percentage equal, exponent equal. So whatever is our arithmetic operator, with all the arithmetic operators, we can have equal sign followed by the original operator. And then we have the bitwise AND, bitwise OR, and bitwise XOR. So with all these things, we can have equal operator. Then we have bitwise right shift and then left shift that can be followed by the equal operator. So these are the various assignment operators we have in Python. So now let us understand how this plus equal is going to work. It is also known as shorthand assignment operator. So when I write a plus equal b, this is working internally similar to a is equal to a plus b. So what is done here is it will take the value of a, it will add it with the value of b, and whatever is the answer, that will be assigned to the original variable a. Similarly, when I perform a minus equal b, internally it will perform a is equal to a minus b. So this is shorthand operator, shorthand assignment operators. Now let us see one example for this. I have first variable a, which is initialized with the value 10. So this is simple assignment operation where I am initializing a variable with a constant value. Then I have one more assignment operation, b is equal to a. So here I am initializing b with the value from another variable. So in this now, first I am printing the value of a is printed as 10. Then I am printing the ID of a, b as well as 10. And remember in Python, here it is a is 10, b is also 10. And when I print ID of a, b, 10, they're all referring to the same value. Therefore, I'll be getting the same memory location at the output. Even though the variable names are different here, in Python, they will be allocated the same memory location because the values are same. And now let us see how the shorthand assignment operator is going to work. I'm now taking the statement a plus equal b. So this is same as a is equal to a plus b. A is 10. It will now add 10 and 5 and the answer will be stored in a. So when I print a, I'm going to get the answer as 15. Suppose, let us see what will happen if I print the ID of a. So here I am printing the ID of a. You can see here the ID of a is different. So what is the reason? Because currently a is having the data as 15. It is not same as 10. Definitely the memory location will be different. So because of that only, I'm getting here another memory location. And when we do a divide, that is double divide equal 4, it is same as a equal to a double divide 4. So here the value of a is 15. 15 double divide 4. It's nothing but 4 division. So it is going to truncate the fractional part. 15 by 4 is going to now give me only the whole number, that is 3. So hope the operators are clear to you people. In the next video, we will see about control statements in Python.